Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
Hey guys, welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Travis. With me always is Bobo.
Heyo!
Hey buddy, how you doing?
I'm living the dream.
Cool. That's good to hear. And
I know, right?
Yeah. How is everything in your life? Are you doing all right?
I'm fucking sleepy, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's sleepy times over here. I'm working hard, you know what I mean?
You know the funny thing about it is, and not maybe we're just a bunch of old guys, but I was a little sleepy this afternoon as well, but I have for some reason perked up.
Oh, good for you. You got your second wind, huh?
I guess so. I don't really know what happened, but I was falling asleep on my ride home today, so.
Oh, shit, man. Wake up in the ditch, like, oh, fuck me.
There was a part on my drive that I have that I did, like, you know how you kind of just zone out? Like, I snapped to, and
oh, yeah.
It kind of scared me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
You're like, shit, how did I get this far, like, instantly?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that feeling, but hey.
No, it's not a good one.
I'm alive. I'm here. So, no, I guess everything's fine, right?
Absolutely. Exactly. And I like to point out that it's fine because I am the winner this week.
Are you? I was just pulling that up just to see where we were. You were the winner.
Oh, you think I'd fucking forget?
Forget what? You mean you pointed out
to talk about when I'm the winner? No,
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yes, it happens so infrequently that
every time it happens, it has to be the biggest deal that we ever make about anything ever.
All right. Oh wow. Yeah. So you.
That's right. Week 8 winner.
That is
Bobo.
That's true.
Suck it, nerds.
Look at Tim moving up to third, still holding down the fort, leaving a screen empty.
He is a dude. He did not get last place though.
No, he's a ballsy little fuck.
He is really promoting this like 7-6 screen strategy. It's a fucking bold strategy.
I agree.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Hope it pays off.
But yeah, unfortunately, Bobo won last week. I came in second, Tim third, and Andy fourth. There's still time to join. FantasyMovieLeague.com. The league is called Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. The password is Travis Bobo.
Yes, please join us. Come play. We're going to have a great time next. I think we have a few more weeks left in this week until
we do
the right. Is it?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more weeks.
We have 5 more weeks to play before the real season kicks off.
Yep. And
come join us.
Even if you don't want the practice because you're that good, you can just go ahead and join and just leave your screens empty and then join up, or then whenever the next season starts, just
if you don't want to let us know your plans or like how you think and how you're going to pick, just sign up and leave it blank,
right?
And then we'll know that like challenger awaits.
There you go. So
I like that. I like that idea.
I like that too. But yeah, well, we're not going to spend too much time on that because we don't like to hear.
That's not the whole episode.
I don't like to hear Bobo gloat. So
fuck, I love it.
Anyways, would you like to move on to some more housekeeping that we have?
Yes, absolutely. More housekeeping.
Okay. So we discussed last week Elon Musk and his terrible tweeting. And really, we kind of focused there for a little while on whether or not Elon Musk's tweet was vaguely racist. Or
Bobo, may have insinuated that he was using pedophile against a person of Thai descent to be a racist term.
You may have insinuated? You
may have, allegedly. We have to go back and check the tape. I'm not certain.
I believe those tapes have been destroyed. But
it's amazing. I can't find them now. Shit.
But it has come to our attention that the person that he was tweeting about is British.
Yeah, so not just British, Travis.
Yes.
Let's okay, so this all of a sudden this week we get on to our call before the podcast to do our prep and stuff, and Travis goes, "Hey, by the way, that person, that diver, is not Thai, he's British." And I was like, "Oh." And my first thought is, okay, I guess that makes it even more weird that Elon Musk would use pedophile if it's not a Thai person, because it's not a racist term then, to me. Just a random insult.
just throwing this out there. The dude may or may not be a pedophile.
But my second thought, because Bobo is never wrong, is I need to verify this person's identity, make sure he's not just like a British person, you know what I mean, that's actually like from Thailand that got British citizenship, something like that.
Are you going the Roseanne Barr defense? You thought he looked Taiwanese?
Right, yes.
Gotcha.
The classic Roseanne Barr defense, which has never not worked in the history of the world.
That's true, yes.
I went up to look. So first I had to find this dude's name. And I was looking at articles. I typed in, Thai diver pedo, which, God, if I die, please, I have a medical bracelet and the words on it say, delete my internet history. Actually, we have a friend that has one of those bracelets. Not me. I took his joke. Sorry, buddy. But delete my internet history, because I type all these things in and God knows if you find it later. Whoo. But I went to find the guy's name, and when I found his name, I knew my argument was fucked.
Right.
So this guy could not have a more British name. His name, the diver, is Vern Unsworth. Which, if I had seen that last week, I would have instantly known is not of Thai descent.
Yes, that's true.
Holy fuck.
Yep.
Vern Unsworth. That is a British name if I've ever heard one. It might as well have the word Lord in front of it. Lord Vern Unsworth.
Your Excellency, Lord Vern Unsworth.
And that's when I realized, so then I saw a picture of him. And Lord Vern Unsworth looks like a stereotypical old British man, which I now realized is also what looks like to be a slightly deformed Vladimir Putin.
He does have a Russian tinge to his looks.
Which, right, he looks like a Russian person if you put it in like a mirror in a funhouse.
Right.
And look back at it. That's what he looks like. If Vladimir Putin was in a mirror in a funhouse and was looking back at you, that's who it would be, which also is every old British man ever.
Right, which this Vern Unsworth is no exception.
No exception. Wow, this dude is so British. I'm sorry, he's definitely not Thai, so pedophile, not a racist term. I'm sorry, Elon Musk, that I might have called you a racist. My bad. You're just an asshole.
There you go. And I'm sure he feels vindicated a bit by he's not a racist. He's just an asshole.
He's just an asshole.
Right.
And I'm also getting worried about how much I hate Elon Musk because, I have listeners of the podcast telling me about it. Like, they know my views on Tesla now. Like, it's a common knowledge, which is great. But apparently everyone else in the media is starting to pick up the train on the Elon Musk hate bandwagon. The New York Daily News ran an op-ed about him over the weekend about how people are sick of him.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to question my own logic, because usually when everyone else thinks something, I now question if they're right or not.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think everybody's just kind of, I don't know. Unfortunately, he's starting to become a prick. And,
yes.
And everybody.
Not starting. Has been for a while.
Okay. So he's, so everybody wants to believe that the rich guy that, has a heart of gold, but it's turning out that, he may not just have, he may just be a person like the rest of us. So
now my first thought is, and maybe he's misunderstood. I hate my mind sometimes. I don't even want to get into this, because goddamn, if I'm actually wrong, fuck.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you are not sick of Elon Musk, as per the poll.
You know what? Let's give him a second chance, Travis. America's all about second chances, right?
There you go. Sure, absolutely.
Put him with Michael Vick and Mike Tyson, all right?
Oh, the Second Chance Club.
On the Mount Rushmore of second chances, it's going to be Ben Roethlisberger, Michael Vick, Mike Tyson, Elon Musk.
Wow, that's some. I feel like we're probably missing somebody that Elon Musk doesn't deserve to be up there just yet. Like that's
nope. Pretty sure that's it. Those four.
Pretty.
Carve it in stone.
That company he's keeping is something else. But I don't have anybody to give to you right now, but I'm sure there's somebody else. Probably in like, I'm going to predict this in like 2 to maybe 3 years. Maybe Kevin Spacey will be up there.
Oh, I got one for you. How about Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, now that's a good one. Yes. I think he pushes Ben Roethlisberger off that.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's take Big Ben off that list and put.
But I think
Robert
Mike Vick deserves to be there.
Absolutely.
Robert Downey Jr. is a great one.
Yep.
I mean, we're just gonna put Elon Musk there as a placeholder, but I'm sure there's somebody else more deserving.
Do you think there's time in Roseanne Barr's life to get back on that Mount Rushmore?
No.
No.
I feel like she is going to double down.
Oh, she has. Have you not noticed that this week?
Well, no, I've heard the tape. Have you heard the tape that like the behind the scenes recording of her apology?
Oh yeah,
of her screaming, "I didn't know that bitch was white or wasn't white."
Right.
Yeah, like so. I don't believe. I don't necessarily at this point. I don't believe she's going to get back up there. But
I was more talking about how she's real upset now that people that were like so James Gunn is in the news this week. If you haven't heard about Guardians of the Galaxy, we'll talk about that. But she has been upset that people are defending him and not her.
Oh well, if she doesn't get it, then she doesn't get it. Like I'm it's not that difficult to understand why. But I don't really want to get into that right now because we'll hopefully talk about a little more James Gunn towards the end of the episode. So
hey man, yeah, absolutely.
Let's get on track here a little bit.
Okay.
So for the listeners that don't know, and you wouldn't because this is behind the scenes stuff, for this week's episode, I went to Bobo and I said, "Listen, I've got a story for you that I think is going to take us a while, and I just want to surprise you with it. So there's nothing for you to prepare really for this week."
Yeah. So Travis came to me over the weekend. He told me he had the topic.
Yes.
He has not told me what the story is. I just know there's a story involved.
Yes.
And that's all I know. The listeners and I are going to hear this in real time together.
And I am excited about telling you.
Let's just fucking dive right into it.
Okay.
Do you have a name for the episode before we start?
I don't, because I
No
don't.
teaser? Okay.
Yeah, because we'll get to that. I didn't like. There was some other when I was thinking about this story and filling up a whole episode. I was thinking, oh well, there's some ways we could tie this in, but I didn't even want to give you anything to research, just so you wouldn't be tipped off by this story. But
okay.
I digress. We're gonna get into this. So
okay,
I went to a regional baseball game. I don't know, like a month ago, maybe.
Oh, what level?
I don't even know. I mean, right above college baseball. I don't know what level.
So it's like single A, double A, triple A.
Don't know. Have no idea. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know baseball at all. But anyways, I'm walking into this stadium and somebody stops me and says, "Hey, would you like to sign up for like a free trip?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "I'm late," and she's like, "I just need your name and your phone number." And I said, "Okay, here's my name, here's my phone number." So this week I got a call that I won said vacation.
You did not.
I did.
You won a free fucking
vacation? I won a vacation to either Orlando or to Vegas. Flights and hotel paid for. And then tickets to attractions. You can pick whichever.
I'm instantly thinking this is a scam because there's a story involved. But I'm instantly thinking that you've been scammed.
Okay, so but I got the call and there was a caveat to it.
Okay.
I had to go claim this stuff and probably listen to some sort of presentation. So I'm thinking
okay.
so I immediately call Mandy and I say, "Listen, we need to go to this presentation. I looked on the internet, on the wonderful internet, and I found what this company is, and I'm not going to give out the name just yet, but I found out what this company is and kind of what their motive was, and I was like, we need to go. I want to experience this because you've gone through it trying to be sold a timeshare, and
yeah,
and I haven't. So I was like, we need to go to this. And I said,
did my stories about timeshares intrigue you?
Yes, yeah. Like I'm intrigued by the hard sell.
Okay.
And so So we decided, okay, we can go. And so we went up to this thing, and you get there, and they give you a questionnaire to fill out. Blah, 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 name, address, vacations you have, your last 5 vacations you were on, and the next 5 vacations you'd like to take, how many vacations you'd like to take each year, shit like that. Okay?
Okay.
So we fill this out. Then we go into this conference room where there's probably, let's say, 10 other couples in there. Okay, so 20 people, we'll say. And the guy that starts giving this presentation. Now let me paint a little picture for you. He is not your typical salesman. He kind of looks like a puppy put on a suit. Like
What?
Like he's kind of dopey, I would say. He's a balding man. He doesn't even have a suit on. He has, dress pants on, a shirt and a tie, and everything is too big for either current fashions or his body stature.
I'm picturing George Costanza wearing a suit.
Thinner George Costanza. He's a thinner guy. He had a little bit more hair than George Costanza, but and a little bit taller. So yeah, somewhere around there. He probably looked like James Cameron before he went gray.
Oh,
like
okay.
Kind of had that beard, like something like that. Anyways, so he's talking about, he's asking people, where are you going? What's your vacation plans? Blah blah blah. All this is about vacation, obviously. So
right.
He starts it on his presentation, and what it is this is a vacation company that they deal in volume. So they have condos around the country and all through the Caribbean and places like that, and they lease these condos and then pass it on to their members, I suppose is the word. So the way they equate it is, would you buy a bottle of water for $1.50 or a case of water where each bottle of water costs you like 25 cents? That's kind of their pitch for this.
Got it. Okay.
So he starts off, he's like, what I'm offering you today is 30 weeks of vacation.
Wait, how many?
30 weeks of vacation.
30. Not okay. I thought I was making sure I heard it right. No, 30 weeks. Got it.
A week-long vacation, 30 of those. And they start out at $20,000 for those. Okay.
Total.
You can use them however you want. You can, you can take as long as you want. You can, whatever. Okay. So, and so immediately he goes, but we have some deals for you just for today. And, obviously, like, this is the standard pitch that they give everyone every day. But
no. It's just for today, Travis.
Right.
Don't editorialize this man's story.
Sure. So just for today, I'm going to knock $5,000 off the price. So now it's...
Oh, my God. $15,000?
It's $15,000 for 30 vacations. 30 week-long vacations.
Travis, that's $500 a week for your whole vacation.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Isn't this great? Like,
tell me there's more.
And to be honest with you, if you're just looking at the math there, like, $500 for a week-long vacation, not a bad price. So instantly, I'm a little discouraged because it is not the scam that I was looking for.
What do you mean? This is exactly the scam you're looking for.
It's just not. I mean, no, because on paper that is not a bad deal. Like,
I can already see the Virgin Timeshare eyes in you because you've not gotten to the end of the presentation yet.
Right. So we're going along. Some of the other benefits that you get are you have access to extra inventory. Every week something comes out that, like, they haven't been able to, or they haven't booked, so you can take these other vacations that don't count as one of your vacations for a low price. Whatever. They also, friends and family can use it. So, Bobo, if I bought 30 vacations for $15,000, I could give you some of those vacations.
Well, of course.
And you could reimburse me for some of that $15,000 if you'd like, but you don't have to.
I don't. I'm not going to, but I will take my free vacation.
And the other one was there was financing available, which, okay, that would make sense. If you have a company that's large enough to lease all these properties, you should be financing because that's how you're going to make some of your money.
Right.
So the presentation goes through, and it was kind of cool. Like some of the places that they showed that you can go, places like Costa Rica, Hawaii, all over the United States, and other places in the Caribbean. And they actually do have all-inclusive places as well that count into this. And I do love all-inclusive because that means I don't have to spend any more money when I get there. But, right. So the presentation's over, and a door in the back opens up, and all these other people come falling in, and they start reading off our names. So these are now our one-on-one salespeople.
Oh, got it. Okay, yes, that's how the timeshare pitch works. There's one guy gives the main pitch, and they sit you down at a desk with a one-on-one person.
Right. So
yes,
we get this gentleman, and he takes us in, and we sit down, and he starts looking over our paperwork, and he goes, "So I see you've been to a lot of places in Europe," and we have, and he goes, "And the places you want to go in the next, you're in the next 5 trips are all in Europe as well." And yes, that's true. He goes, "Well, we don't really cater to Europe, so I don't really know what to do here." Like, I don't know if this was this guy's first day or if he was really good at selling this this act that he had, but he legitimately was like, "All right, I'll be right back." I mean, we talked to him for, I don't know, 45 seconds.
Okay.
And he got up and he was like, "I'll be right back." So
I've never had a guy get up at the table like that. So okay.
So he gets up and he comes back with a manager. Okay. Well, this would be the third person that has now talked to us about this. And the manager goes, "All right, like, I understand there's a lot of vacations for you. You don't want to commit to all that. A lot of money. How about I cut this in a third? You get 10 vacations for $5,000. And I said, that's a good deal, but it's not going to work for us. It's just not something that we want to do. And he goes, "All right, I'll tell you what, $4,500, and I'll keep it at 10. And if you want financing," he said, "what's your favorite number?" I said, 0. He goes, "Yeah, we'll do 0% financing. So $4,500, 0% financing, 10 vacations, 10 week-long vacations." And I said, still can't do it. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So he shook my hand, he got up, and he left, and the other salesman sat back down, and he said, he goes and he's like, "All right, let me go get you your gift, that week-long vacation we talked about."
Right.
And he said, "Let me go get that. I'll be right back." So he goes and gets another folder, comes back. He said, "All right, one more thing." And you know what? This is where I kind of forget what he said. Because at this point, like, I'm just like, it's just a no. Like, I've stopped paying attention.
Right. It's a hard pass. Yeah.
It's just a no. So I forget what he went through something that was better financing, or it was financed but it was lower price, or something. I don't know what he went through. But again, I was like, no. And then he did something that I didn't understand, and I still don't understand.
Okay.
He looks in his folder and he goes, "Oh, I got the wrong vacation. I'll be right back." So I don't know. Maybe he was. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing there. But then he came back.
Stalling
he's like,
for time, probably.
Maybe that's what it was. He came back. He's like, "All right, I got your vacation." He's like, "Let's go talk to the vacation manager, and they'll get you set up." And I said, "Okay." So we go over. We sit down. Vacation manager comes out. "Come on in my office. We'll get you set up." "All right, sit down." And he goes, All right, one last offer. he goes, 5 weeks of vacation, $2,500. And now I'll remind you, we started at $20,000. We're now
right,
we're now,
but
we're now
limited time offer $15,000.
Right? Sorry. We started at $15,000. We're now down at 5 vacations, $2,500. And I was like, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen today. And he goes, all right, last offer. We get another offer. Okay, so final offer: 3 weeks of vacations, $1,200. All right. So, I'm thinking. I was like, no. I said to the guy, I was like, listen, man, like, this is actually not a terrible deal. Like, one part that I did leave out is the way that they make their money off this, or what I have come to figure out is what they want you to do is there's a yearly fee that goes along with this.
Of course there is.
And as long as you have vacations or you want to keep going in this, you pay that yearly fee.
Right, and what's the fee?
$350.
Yeah, okay.
So it's $350, okay? So, like, I said, listen, man, like, I don't make decisions like this. I don't just sign up for shit like this, like, without, combing through the numbers, making sure everything's fine. He goes, I'll give you 5 minutes. And got up and left. And I was like, all right, well. And Mandy turned to me and she goes, do you want to do this? And I said, I
what?
She turns to me and says, do you want to do this? And I said,
oh my God, Mandy. Oh my fucking God.
I said to her, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just not, it's not a terrible deal. But like,
yes, it is.
How's it a terrible? Well, let me finish this off, and then you can tell me how it was a terrible deal.
Okay.
So the guy comes back in, and he's like, what? He's like, all right, what have you decided? And I was like, listen, I just can't make this. I can't make this decision this quickly. Like, I need some time. I need, I can't do anything this quickly. And he goes, well, I'll tell you what. I won't charge you your yearly fee until January, and you can cancel if you can cancel before then, and you won't get charged anything. And I said, "All right, we need more time." So he gets up and he walks back out. And Mandy goes, "Do you really want to do this?" And I start doing the math in my head. I'm like, $1,200 for 3 vacations. If you do that if you can do that in the first year. That's $520 per vacation, per week. And
what? $1,200 3 vacations?
I'm sorry?
It's $1,200 3 vacations is $400 a week.
Yes. Yeah. Then you put in the yearly fee as well. So you got to
right.
So you got to put all these fees into it to see if it's it's actually worth it. So the guy comes back in and he goes, so? And I said, you're not going to charge me the yearly fee until January? And he said, no. I said, I can cancel if I want to before then? I said, yep. I said, let's do it. So we did it.
You motherfucker.
So how did I get scammed?
Why? What? Oh my God. I hate you so much.
I'm not going to lie to you. I half did it just to hear this.
What a waste of money. You could have given me $1,200. I could have called you an idiot. Gladly.
Okay, so how did I get scammed?
I mean, okay. Listen, it's not. Let's go back first. I want to hear the whole story.
Okay.
So where is this free vacation you're getting, though?
Oh, okay. Sorry. So that vacation. So he goes, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to give you 2 more weeks of vacation? And that you can do anywhere you want. And I said, we'll just take the 2 weeks. So now we have 5 weeks.
But you have to use them all in the first year.
No. This is how I'm going to make it the most worthwhile. I am going to. It's a race against the clock at this point. Can I use these up? Or what's the least amount of time I can use these up?
Okay.
And who else can I get to? Of my friends and my family, who else wants to take advantage of this? Because if you do, I'll give you one of my weeks of vacation. You pay some of my fee, and then
I got to get in your downstream. Got it.
Sure. Listen.
Okay, so you're at the top of the pyramid now. I'll be underneath.
Yes. I'm actually starting a pyramid scheme at this point. But
God, I hear that. Yes, great.
Well,
this is all working out just wonderfully.
Except it's a triangle scheme. Because I'm not recruiting anybody to join in this with me. But say you wanted to go to Hawaii, Bobo. Well,
I bet you Hawaii's not on their approved vacation list.
Oh,
and
it is.
It costs more than a week to go.
No, it doesn't. It absolutely is on their list. They have the condos there, and if you wanted to, so you can always upgrade for the standard is a 1-bedroom condo.
Okay.
So, but you can upgrade to a 2-bedroom condo, or you can use another week to get another place. So, no, Hawaii, they have three locations on 3 different islands in Hawaii.
Can you pick anytime you want?
Yes. Yep.
Anytime you want.
Yes. Yeah, it's not like a timeshare at all. Like where if somebody else gets it and snakes it out, if you book, you had to book 6 months in advance to be guaranteed a spot, and you're guaranteed a spot.
Okay.
So
I mean, sure. I mean, where are these other places you're going?
I don't really want to. I want to get the most bang for my buck. Me personally, there's an island in island in the Caribbean. There's a Dominican Republic. There's a couple all inclusives there. We can use this on. There's Hawaii is a big one for me because Hawaii is expensive as hell.
It's not. See, now you think that you're going to be surprised if you actually start looking for other hotels for 2 people,
right?
For a week in Hawaii, book this far in advance. You can get them just as cheap. I'm not saying you're getting a terrible deal. Listen, let's cut to the chase here. Timeshares are not for everybody, but they do work for a lot of people. They're not necessarily 100% scams, or else at this point the industry would be dead.
I'm not comfortable in calling this a timeshare.
What it is, it's a timeshare where they're basically buying other people's timeshares and reselling them.
Sure. Okay.
That's what this is.
Well, yeah. They lease groups of condos in different places.
Right, they're buying other people's timeshares, Travis, is what this is.
Right.
Timeshare is a huge industry. This is like a reseller. They're buying someone else's timeshare, and that's why they need 6 months' notice, because they're going to buy someone else's timeshare and give it to you.
Right. Yeah.
That's what happens here.
So, which
is fine.
I was like, God damn it! I felt defeated leaving there.
But what happened? What happened is you fell victim to the classic blunder. Now, the numbers, Travis, are 1 out of 3 people that goes to a timeshare presentation, which is this. Make no mistake, you can call it whatever you want. It's vacation club time.
Sure.
They're the same thing.
Okay.
You're paying an annual fee and you pay money to get weeks vacation. It's a timeshare.
Okay.
So what happens is you went into a transaction trying to get something for free, and you end up giving them money.
Sure.
That's all they want. That's their method of selling, and it works for 1 out of 3 people. That's their numbers. If you look at the industry average, they sell like this on average to 1 out of 3 people will actually go in there intending not to buy anything, will buy something.
I am curious who the people are that look at this in 30 vacations for $15,000 and go, "Yep, I'm sold." Like that's it. They're just, "Yep, I'm in."
They don't usually do it like that. They get you like they did with you. They usually whittle down. Now, because I'm such a dickhead, I can shovel over the hard pass.
Well, if it's not a good deal, I'm not going to take it. But I feel like in this case, it's not a bad deal.
What you've got to watch out for is if you stay in the club, with a lot of people's timeshares, what happens is they get in at a pretty good price, and then the management fees rise. There's nothing in their fine print that says probably they can't jack their fucking annual fee on you double in like 2 years.
Oh, no, go for it. I'm out. Like, I can cancel at any time. Like,
right. That's what happens, though, with a lot of timeshares. They get you locked into to a contract, and then your management fees go up.
Right. Oh, no. I'm not in any kind of contract. I'm not in any, like, we didn't sign anything that said we are in this for a certain amount of time. I think this.
They also want you, what they want you to do is like, a lot of times just make money where they sign you up for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's say you only use 2 weeks that year. You're like, oh, we didn't get to go on the third vacation this year. No big deal.
Right.
Well, they make money off that because they didn't rent you a room for that year.
Well, they didn't rent you a room for that year. No, I think more of it, what it is, and the reason why they start at 30 weeks is because they want you to hold on to these vacations and save them away for a rainy day. That way they can keep you in for years and years to come.
Yes.
And every year charge you that membership fee.
Because then if you have like 15 vacations built up, you're not going to cancel.
Right. So, but me being the cheap ass that I am, it's a race against the clock at this point.
Oh, right. But I'm just saying that you went into this transaction hoping to get something free, and you ended up giving them fucking money, Travis.
Sure. Well, I mean, I saw the opportunity, and I struck.
If you want to call it that.
I mean, like I said, I at this point, I'd like to take my first. I'd like to report back whenever I take my first vacation and see.
Let's report back after the first one. I want you to report back. We'll update the listeners. Travis is doing a real life experiment with us here.
Sure. And I have no
Travis
problem
has become the prestige worldwide guinea pig for getting suckered into a timeshare.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't really have a problem with this, and like, because the funny part about it is, like, Mandy's parents have already approached us and said, listen, like, because anybody can have any of these vacations, and also anybody can have access to the extra inventory. So, like, if you told me you were going somewhere, I could look it up and see, like, oh, let's see if there's a room there. And, like, I looked at the list as we were sitting there, because I guess they print them out every week. And there's some pretty good places that were on. I mean, Hawaii was on that list. Like,
now, I want you to, when you do this, I want you to let me know, like, the restrictions. So you got to be honest with this. Like, is it got to be, like, Saturday to Saturday? Does it have to be certain dates? Are you like, if you try to book something and get blacked out, let us know. I
think some of them, at least the extra inventory, was Saturday to Saturday. That's a good question, because I think I can do a long weekend. So I can do, like, if I can find a place like Sunday to Sunday, like, I could go like Thursday. Like, honestly, that's also where they want you, which kind of what they want you to do, is just not stay the entire time. So
right. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, if I look into it, because there
what was the name of this club you signed up for?
It is Sundance Vacations, I believe. Yes, Sundance Vacations. So
Sundance Vacations.
Yeah.
God damn.
So I was so excited to tell you, because I knew you would be disappointed in me, and yet
very disappointed.
A little bit intrigued. Yeah, a little bit. Like, I'm gonna get you to buy one of these weeks from me.
No, there was no way.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
What if I could? You and I have a trip coming up. What if I can find us a week in there?
Okay, whoa, Travis?
Yeah?
That's the best idea you've ever had.
See?
We'll talk about that off the podcast. If that actually works out, I might forgive you for this fucking classic blunder.
I don't believe there's one in the town we're going to.
But again, if we did that, we're not saying for a whole week, so there'd be a whole thing there. We'd waste some money by not saying the whole week, whatever. But anyways.
I don't give a shit. Like I said, I got 5 of these weeks, and, like, you know.
So wait, you ended up rolling these 2 weeks into it. So you've got 5 weeks for $1,200.
Right.
So let's see, $1,200. You have to use them all by.
Let's give it 2 years. Let's give it 2 years. You want to do that?
Well, no. Like, so your management fee gets charged in January.
I get charged $350 in January.
So if you use all 5 weeks by January, you cancel, you don't pay more than $1,200.
I bet you I could. I'm not going to. But
I mean, if you sold some of them, you absolutely could.
I guess I could. But I'd like to use, like, I definitely would like to try to travel to Hawaii on this one.
When does your second management fee kick in? Is it always going to be January 1st?
Yes.
Okay. So let's assume it's $1,200 plus $350 management fee. So $1,550, 5 weeks. You're paying $310 a week for these vacations.
Right.
And there's no other taxes or hidden fees.
There's another fee. There's like $150 to sign up. So yeah, so it's another $150 per.
All right, so $1,200. Hang on, make sure you got all the fees right. $1,200
sure.
plus $150 plus $350, $1,700 divided by 5, $340 a week.
Okay.
Is that how many days and nights is that?
I think it actually works out to 8 days.
So these vacations last 7 nights.
Right. Yes.
So that's on average $49 a night.
Yes.
That's a good deal.
If you can do it. If you can do it in that. Now, like, I would say realistically, it's going to be more like 2 years. So actually, it's actually going to be like 2.5 years because we're getting a half a year for free right now, basically, in the management fees. And then we're going to probably, I would say more really, because Mandy and I don't have that much vacation time to take.
Okay.
So I would say realistically, I'd like to get out of this in 2 years. So you tack on another $350 to that, divided by 5. You know, so it's an extra whatever.
Great.
So
can't fucking wait.
Now,
God damn it!
If in 3 years I still have this thing, either something went awry, or I've learned how to do this for cheaper than what we're talking about.
Or you actually like it. I mean, listen, a lot of people have timeshares and are very happy with them, and some of them aren't terrible deals. I mean, that's why people buy and resell timeshares, because obviously there's a market for them.
Sure.
So I'm not saying, but my point is, you went into this transaction like he said. You are a guy who needs more time to crunch numbers, and you end up making a deal within minutes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I can be spontaneous. I was really just putting on an act for him because I was really kind of curious to see if they would let me walk away or if they would suggest something else.
I mean, they do let you eventually walk away. They're not going to keep you there till 3 in the morning. I'm telling you, I've been to enough of these that they do let you walk away.
I was curious if he was going to say, all right, you contact me in the next 48 hours, I can still make you this deal.
They do. I've sat in through a lot of timeshares. That's how I've learned my method. Let's be honest. I've done more than one.
Yeah.
And the softer you are about denying them, the more they push you. Like, you got like 5,000 final offers, and they probably would give you their card and be like, hey, call us.
Right. So
I'm to the point now where they want to shuttle me out the door so I don't piss off other people there.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, like if I had to sign a contract, like, had a time, I have to be in it for 5 years or something like that. Yeah, we would have had some serious problems here.
Well, you did sign a contract.
But I signed a contract to pay them the fee once a year.
I'd like to see the contract.
But okay, I'll show it to you.
I want to read it. Maybe we can put. Hey, I don't know. I don't think we should post it on the website because that probably has confidential proprietary information.
No, yeah,
I want to read it. I'll report back.
I'll let you go through it.
Okay, I just want to read it. I've got some lawyer friends. Maybe we should have the lawyers look at it, see if it actually qualifies as a timeshare.
Listen, I'm fine with this. I'm putting this out in the public because I found it a funny story for one, but like I'm curious as to where I got screwed.
Here's how you got screwed, Travis, and I'll tell you, okay?
Okay.
You could have tried it out before you bought it. You could have gotten a free week of vacation and free airfare, by the way.
Yep.
It would have been at one of their condos, and if you liked it, you could have come back to another presentation later.
You know what? That's exactly where my head was at as well. Okay? Except none of that of what you said is true.
What?
So, the vacations are not in their condos, and it's not. It's so that's what the guy was telling me So what they used to do was give these away to, or give the extra inventory to people that came in for these presentations that didn't take them up off their on their offer. But the problem was they had so little of that inventory, it was no longer a benefit to their actual members. So they started. So your free vacation was outsourced to a hotel. So I wouldn't have gotten to try it out.
Interesting. That seems like a terrible marketing idea on their part, but whatever.
Well, that's what I thought as well. But then it kind of makes sense. Like if a lot of people are coming in, I mean, you know, how many presentations were there that evening? There was probably a bunch of them. You know, all of them get a free vacation. If it's 1 in 3 is their success rate, then two out of 3 are taking these free vacations. So that's a lot of vacations.
Well, they've still got to buy them and give them to these people. So either way,
right? No, So I wouldn't have gotten to try it out. Plus, I don't think you get the same pitch if you go. Like, I don't know that you can go back and get the same pitch because they were very adamant that my wife had to be with me. So, like, I don't know that I could have gone there by myself.
That's because there's dissension in the ranks. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I could have gone there by myself, whittled them down to a deal that I felt was fair, and then have her sign up and do the exact same thing.
Huh.
You know, so I don't know. Like, I understand what you were thinking, and I was thinking the same thing, but I'm not 100% sure if that's true.
I'm so curious if this works out for you.
I am too. Listen, I'm too.
I will say your investment in it is pretty low. Most timeshares are more expensive than this because you go to better destinations or like you buy more weeks or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So your investment in it is pretty low. So for science, I'm okay with it.
I'll be honest with you too. In the back of my mind, I have an idea for this that may work out for in my benefit. So
okay.
I have the formulation of an idea that possibly could work out, but we'll see. I don't know. But
I just keep thinking that fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode, the timeshare episode.
I don't know that I saw that one.
The reverse funnel system. That's all I keep thinking about, where they try to sell them 1 week, and then Mac and Dennis think they're smart enough, so they actually buy 3 weeks instead. They're like, we took the prick for 3. I picture you saying, well, I had 3 weeks, but then they offered to give me 2 extra, so I took the prick for 5.
Well, I mean, like, you know, the reason why I ultimately took the extra 2 weeks is because that free vacation that you get is only, you can take it Sunday through Wednesday or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's a shitty vacation. That's why it's free.
Right? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'll roll the dice on this and let's just give me 2 more and we'll see what happens. And if I cancel, I cancel. If I don't, I don't. It's, you know, or I shouldn't say that. If I cancel, I cancel. If I don't, it'll be soon enough. So
all right, we're gonna find out how this works. Travis goes on vacation. We'll see how this goes.
All right. So let's move on to a little end times. You want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So in this week's end times, we always kind of talk about on the podcast how you shouldn't judge a story until you get all the facts.
You shouldn't judge an Instagram post by the poster.
That is very true. And we'd like to talk about Buffalo Bills' LaShawn McCoy, the
star running back for the Buffalo Bills, LaShawn McCoy, Pitt graduate.
Yep. The featured running back, if you will. Is he still the featured?
Former Eagles running back. All these. I'm reading the bio for him. That's why I know all
okay.
this.
But so if you haven't been following along, LaShawn McCoy's ex-girlfriend lives in one of his houses. Yes. And one night, a masked intruder broke in, pistol whipped her, and then asked her for specific jewelry. That's pretty much the case, or what happened. Now, as she went to the hospital, and with one of her friends, her friend posted this on Instagram and accused LaShawn McCoy of being that masked intruder and beating his former girlfriend and beating his son and his pets. So that's where this whole story originated. Do I have that correct, Bobo?
That is correct. Absolutely. You've nailed the facts of this case.
Okay. So then the police get involved. And obviously because,
Well, she called the police.
Well, a young lady was hurt and it was burgled.
Yeah, she called 911. I wouldn't say the police got involved. She called 911.
Right. Well, I would hope they would get involved. They didn't just take the night off. Oh, you know what? We're going to let this one slide. But
when you say police got involved, I feel like that's like you call the non-emergency number and you report a crime and like things progress slowly. No. She called 911 and they responded to the crime in progress.
Sure, I guess. So
I get that's what happened.
that's your facts, but okay, whatever.
All right, alternate facts. Got it.
So then like that's when the story really, I guess, caught traction. That he was being accused of pistol whipping his girlfriend, stealing some jewelry, and and I guess that's it. And in our group of friends, that's what people start talking about. And honestly, they start talking about like, ooh, this guy's probably going to be in some trouble here because that sounds really, really bad.
So what happened is it got posted on Instagram. Is it the ex-girlfriend's friend?
Yes.
Made an Instagram post insinuating that LaShawn McCoy is behind this robbery.
Just throwing out reckless accusations.
That's how it got out in the public, though.
Right, yes.
So, which is an issue, obviously, of how it got reported to the public, is that someone just randomly put an Instagram post out there about, LaShawn McCoy.
Right.
And boom.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bobo and I were kind of talking about this, and kind of on its merits. So the other piece of this story that we haven't said it right now is LaShawn McCoy was trying to get her out of this house. So she's an ex-girlfriend. She was living there. He was trying to evict her. I guess I don't know what that involves, like by.
Well, he actually, if you look at the records, he actually formally tried to serve her eviction notices twice.
Okay. So.
And they were filed with like the county and stuff. Like that's like a legit thing. It wasn't like he was like they're just reckless speculation. They're like
right.
They had started official eviction proceedings.
Right.
And yeah, I tried to serve her with them.
Right. So so then the part of the story is somebody broke in and asked her for specific items of jewelry. So that screams somebody you know. So right away in her mind. He's trying to kick her out of the house. I'm guessing. Allegedly, he's kicking her out of the house, and this guy's asking for, certain pieces of jewelry. Oh, it must be him, right? And
right.
Is it really clear? Honestly though, Bobo, is it clear that she did accuse him, or was this all off of the friends?
Yes. Here's what happened. It was Cordon's friend posted pictures on Instagram of her face after the robbery.
Right.
And her friend also insinuated in the post that McCoy also beats his child, beats his dog, and does drugs, by the way.
Sure, yep. Mm-hmm.
All that in Instagram. And this lady's lawyer, her name is Delisha Corden. We should probably start calling her ex-girlfriend. Her name's Delisha Corden. She's lawyered up, and through her lawyer, she said that the intruder demanded specific items of jewelry back from LaShawn McCoy.
Okay.
On the official police transcript or whatever of the 911 call, she says on the call, I think this has something to do with my ex-boyfriend.
Right. Okay. Right. So
at least somehow McCoy was officially mentioned during the 911 call. Right. And her lawyers come out and said the items were specifically, sought after by LaShawn McCoy.
But I think our listeners can kind of understand where we're getting at here. Because, as it turns out, LaShawn McCoy denied all this, and I think it's pretty much coming out that he really had nothing to do with this.
Well, it's not just him. What happened was Delisha's lawyer came out later on, after all these items about the robbery took place, and said that Delisha Corden no longer thinks that LaShawn McCoy was involved.
Right.
So she took back, the witness took back her statement.
Right. So.
Well, that's a big fucking problem.
Because it's already out there.
It's already out there that, hey, McCoy beats his wife or ex-wife, beats his child, beats his dog, does drugs, but apparently now he had nothing to do with this robbery. And because Delisha Corden didn't do it, it went through an intermediary, her friend. Right. You can't tie any of the other stuff she said back to her.
Right.
Like,
so
what the fuck, man? So
again, maybe don't judge somebody on the first account or from a fucking Instagram post.
There's got to be some rule. There's got to be some law. McCoy should have some legal recourse against this whoever posted this Instagram post, Corden's friend.
Yeah, but I agree.
It's slander, right? Or is it libel if it's print? Does Instagram count as print?
That I don't know.
If you're a lawyer, call us 747 banging. Just posting on the internet like Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Twitter. Does that count as libel or slander?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd
like to know.
I'd like to know as well, but and I would imagine a lot of this, or a lot of people that would be in this similar situation would just be relieved that they are no longer under investigation.
I don't know if he's no longer under investigation. The lawyer just came out and said that they don't think he's involved in the attack, or they aren't certain he's involved anymore.
It seems
doesn't say he's not under investigation.
It seems like he isn't, from my perspective at least.
True.
I mean,
True.
dude's showing up to training camp. He's not hiding.
Oh, and by the way, Delisha Corden did tell police on the night of the incident that quote McCoy possibly set her up. She did say that.
Okay.
So she admitted to the police that she thinks McCoy did it initially.
Right. So
that was not speculation.
But I think the point of this is don't just jump to conclusions when it comes to, first reports of stories or, because, this guy, this story's out there now about him.
In conclusion, we were right. This is a big problem.
we were right. It's a problem. I'm not going to categorize it as a big problem just yet. But I think.
What if? Okay, hang on. Would it be a bigger problem if it came out tomorrow that John Shatner or whatever didn't use the N-word? What if something like that happens? Where a huge CEO of a company gets basically slandered and it comes out it wasn't true or something like that after he resigns his company or something like that. This culture could have worse effects than this.
Oh, I agree. But the you got to take every story at face value. And John Shatner didn't deny saying it.
No, I'm just saying. This is an example, though. This was a minor incident. McCoy, if truly he had nothing to do with this, he might recover from this. I think people are going to wonder about him. His character's always going to be in question now because of an Instagram post.
Yeah, possibly. I think it'll go away after a little while. But I will say, when you're talking about James Gunn earlier, and I think his has more of a practical example of what you're talking about than anything else we're seeing.
I don't think that's related at all.
I think it's related because people are jumping all over him all of a sudden. He's fired from Disney for these tweets. Okay, that happened.
People that don't know, James Gunn is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and the writer, I believe.
Yes, he was.
And it came out some tweets he said 10 years ago got resurfaced.
Right.
And Disney, there were some pretty racy jokes in them, about pedophiles and children and stuff, and Disney firing him over them.
Sure. There's some jokes in there. One of them was, I'm doing a big Hollywood film adaptation of the Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree grows back and gives a kid a blowjob. That's kind of funny.
Well, didn't he have a joke about rape, too, that was really,
Yeah, there was the one. I think one of them was the best part about being raped is when it's over because you're just so relieved that it's over.
Oh yeah, he's the best thing about it is you're not being raped anymore.
Right,
you're so relieved.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, okay, it's a racy joke, but this guy I don't know if you know this, Bobo, but he came from the. Do you remember the production company or the production studios Troma? That did
yes.
the Toxic Avengers movies,
right?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, look them up. It's Troma Entertainment or Troma Pictures or whatever it is. But they did some fucked up movies, and that's kind of this guy's background. So Disney should have known all this shit going into it.
Next quote, I like this tweet. Expendables is so manly, I fucked the shit out of the pussy boy next to me.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Wow.
I get it, but really? Does it really warrant firing him from? Like, he was in the middle of writing Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Well, I'm not saying it's warranted. I'm saying it's not the same because he actually did say those things. Whereas LaShawn McCoy probably didn't hire someone to like rob his ex-girlfriend.
No. I was saying it was more the same of like John Shatner saying I didn't say the N-word. Like,
oh, okay.
Like, okay. I equate this to the LaShawn McCoy case. Is that I feel like we're just reacting too quickly. Like, we're reacting too quickly to condemn a guy that somebody accused him of breaking into his ex-girlfriend's house. We're condemning a guy that wrote some jokes, whether you find them tasteless or not.
Well, the funny part about that is I think the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy is lining up behind James Gunn on this.
I think they should.
But will that be funny, though, if they refuse to do the movie because they fired the director that they all got along with?
Good luck with that.
I'm just saying, if you are, listen, I'm putting, not that anyone cares about this podcast, but if you got to take a stand against this, if you like James Gunn, if you're in the movie involved in Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
right? If
you are one of the main principal actors and you think he's been treated unfairly, you need to get behind your boy.
Sure, but like their contracts have been signed long ago. And
they're rich. Fight them. Whatever.
Yeah.
Make it difficult for Disney. Do everything you fucking can to ruin this movie for them then.
Sure. I guess. Another
if you think Disney's wrong, don't go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Fight with your dollars. That's all we can do as consumers.
Right. That I think is more. Well, by the time Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out, nobody's going to give a shit about this anymore.
Bullshit. It'll all come back up again. You guaranteed.
It might. It'll. You know what? It'll come back up if it's if it's a shitty movie. If it comes out, whenever it comes out, and it's just like the first one, and everybody fucking loves it, I don't think you'll hear anything about James Gunn anymore because Disney may have made the right decision because people didn't like the second one. But
I don't think that we've heard the last of this situation. So
I mean, I hope not. I honestly feel like the guy kind of he's getting the short end of the stick on this one. I mean,
and it also looks better for him that Roseanne Barr is now complaining about James Gunn.
Well, and I mean, you also have that baseball player that said way worse things on Twitter when he was like 17 or 18 years old, and basically nothing's happened to that dude. I think he got a couple games suspension, but
he was also a kid.
Right, he was also a kid. But listen, sure, nobody wants to admit this, but times were different back in 2008.
Yes.
Like, you can say more things, and people's panties didn't get all ruffled up. Whatever. I'm uncomfortable with him getting fired from this, especially just because, like, of a few
I'd also like, we're going a little long, so we'll cut it off in a second.
Yeah.
But the last thought, and people can look this up on their own. The person that dug up these tweets on James Gunn is Mike Cernovich.
Okay.
Who was also one of the primary guys behind Pizzagate. He's an alt-right, famous alt-right person.
Right.
Which should tell you everything you need to know about Mike Cernovich.
Right.
But Mike Cernovich, the guy who just got a guy fired for tweeting about like an Expendables joke about raping a kid.
Right.
Literally has used this in context. He has a quote. Have you ever tried raping a girl without using force? Try it. It's basically impossible. Date rape does not exist. And he stands behind that. Like, he actually said that and believes that.
Sure.
That's the guy that got James Gunn fired, by the way.
I'm
Jesus Christ.
I almost feel like, and again, we're going to wrap this up here in a second. I almost feel like there's more to this story than just these tweets. Like,
absolutely.
Either Disney was fighting with him on the directions of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or whatever was,
or maybe behind the scenes in Hollywood circles or whatever, he pissed off someone that Cernovich knows or something like that, and he had this ammo behind him.
Well, but
could be something like that.
Maybe, but like, I don't understand why Disney acted so harshly. Listen, Disney has this squeaky clean image, but this is not the only guy out there that has tweeted some questionable things.
I think Disney has more to lose by not firing him than they do by firing him. Because if you fire him, then you've stood up for kids and pedophilia everywhere. If you don't fire him, there'll always be that, well, what about the kids?
We're talking a lot about pedophiles in the past couple weeks. Dude,
it's all the news. I can't help it, man.
It's weird. It's weird to me. But maybe we'll have
the number is 747 banging.
747-226-4464.
Just got to cut it off. We're going long. We can talk about pedophiles all fucking day, apparently.
I don't believe this will be the end of this conversation. I believe next week we might be picking this up. But anyways.
I agree with you. Call in and we need a poll for this week. Should Disney have fired James Gunn? Maybe let's let the people know. What do they think about it?
Should Disney fire, or do you want one of my trips?
Maybe you should have 2 polls this week. Do you want one of Travis's trips? And should Disney fire James Gunn?
Okay. All right.
Maybe you tie the answers together. Yes, I want one of the trips, and James Gunn did nothing wrong. Or no, I don't like one of the trips. I hate fun, and I hate James Gunn.
All right. Yeah, we'll put them both up on the website. So,
or make real racist. You have to pick no. Like, hey, I don't want one of Travis's chips, and I hate fucking kids.
Those kids deserved it.
Oh!
Oh, maybe Disney won't employ me someday.
pwthepodcast.com. Prestige Worldwide the podcast on Google Play, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, all that bullshit. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, PW the podcast.
Yep.
Search for us on the Fantasy Movie League, fantasymovieleague.com. The league is Prestige Worldwide the podcast. The password is Travis Bobo.
Yep. I think that's about it.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I've been Screwed, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Later, guys.